Welcome back, hello to something new, well, at least to the channel. It's Stardrive 1, however, with the Blackbox overhaul Jupiter version, which is the latest one, which offers actually 64-bit finally support, so it can use all of your RAM rather than like, what is it, 2 or 4 gigabytes for 32-bit. But anyway, what the game is shortly is a 4X, as you might see in the background, a space 4X, something akin to maybe, what's the Paradox one called? Stellaris. However, the big difference between this and Stellaris is that this game is, the Blackbox is completely free. You can just Google Stardrive Blackbox, download it for free. There's an installer, so it's also extremely easy to install. You just click it 3 times, click a button, and then at the bottom left you can see Combined Arms, which is an additional, quite a big mod to the Blackbox, which just adds a ton of content, makes it a little bit more complex. So when you're just starting out, you may just, play a single game without it if you want, or dive right into it if you prefer. And the mod installation also very easy. You're just going to download a zip file with one folder, one directory that you're going to just unpack into the Stardrive directory, the mods folder, and you've got it. You just then click here to the right, mods, combined arm, load, and that's it. You got the game and the mod running, a great 4X game completely for free. And as you might notice here to the left, there's even a auto updater included. You just click it, automatically update the game to the latest version. Okay, it's going to download a little patch and update the game, restart it, so I will get back to you once it does. And now let's dive right in. I already have a setup. You can change at the top right your galaxy size, number of solar system, opponents, game mode, which is basically how the stars are going to be generated, in like what pattern. Maybe you want a ring galaxy, small, big clusters. Pacing, I'm leaving it at default, everything at default, since I had a short game before recording, but I haven't played it in a little bit. We are going to pick our Volfor Space Wolves. There are a few different nations. As you can see, they are all stylized differently. Their ships are very distinct from each other, and they also play differently. As you can see, we can pick and choose however you want, but we have a slew of the default modifiers to our race, which defines how it plays. So we are industrious, so more production. Pack mentality, which I believe is one of our traditions. We have a 15% damage penalty to all ship weapons, which seems bad, but we receive a 1% bonus up to 30 for each nearby friendly ship. So we're going to be wanting to build probably a lot small ships that are going to hit quite hard if they are together. Fertile, so more food production. Naval tradition, I believe, is more ship production, so we produce our ships quicker. Reflexes is probably militaristic. Let's see. We begin with military outpost, armor theory, and corvette hull technologies. And reflexes, I think, is for fighting on planets. Or no, it's not. Ship pilots gain a 25% bonus to dodge projectiles that otherwise would be hits. And then we have some negative modifier cryophile, so we like icy frozen planets and dry climates. We are gluttonous, so we eat more, and we are dumb, so we research not as quickly as other races. And at the top left here, we see that the best planet for us, the best type is ice and or barren. We also like tundras and terran planets. Steppes and ocean planets are okay, but swamps, volcanic and desert planets especially do not sit well with us. And we shall engage, and you will see how quickly it loads. It's all set up now, generated. So I'm going to already on pause for a few moments so that our little ships come into view. And let's pause again. And now if we zoom in to the ship, we can click it. It's a transporter. And if I press tab, you can see already one of the best features in this game, that our ships are fully modular. And if we take a look in our shipyard, we have our different hulls. We have the corvette that we start unlocked with, and we already have a slew of different weapons to choose from. Flak turrets, well, it's a large one, so we can't fit a lot of them. And here we have like internal or external or mixed and engines, the types of modules that we can insert in these different tiles. We can also, well, we can't really. We would need to unlock a bigger ship hull to use these heavy machine guns with steel plating. There's also nuclear reactors or solar arrays to power our ships, different types of engines. Some are better in like cruising speed in combat, and some are better when traveling at warp speed between the star systems, and there are also power cells to store additional power for longer voyages, and different type of defenses. And these are, I believe, yes, armored solar panels, so don't offer as much armor, but actually amplify your shields if you have them. We don't have them yet. And we have two different types of basic armor. Plus steel is worse than steel, but it's only half of the mass. And there are also some different special characteristics here, like plus steel has 60 EMP protection. If we hover over it, we see the explanation, and steel doesn't get additional EMP protection, but overall protection is better, 29, and plus steel is 18. And then we have our special modules as well: cockpit, cargo hold, sensors, and ordnance. And this is only a very small portion of what's available, because if we go to the research tree, we see many different categories each with its own tree. So we have our different types of ballistic weapons, mass drivers, sniper systems, auto turrets, so big cannons, and also some orbital weapons, like orbital kinetic cannons for stationary, like planet and system defense. There's shotguns, point defense as well, and even like some light phased turret. Mainly versus small craft, designed to override the target's shield. So if you want to, if we ever go against an enemy that's heavy on shield, then we might consider using those. Although we'll probably want to choose like one or two categories to dive deeply into, rather than like getting only a little bit of each. We have some farming, which actually I will already choose to queue some of these. We'll start with the industrial foundations. It will unlock the automatic rover bay, or automated rovers, which will provide a little bit of production on our future colonies. Then probably farming, some more science, since our race is dumb and we research slower. Economic foundations, sure. and then maybe more production. There are multiple types of different. There are, of course, the shields, but as you can see, they very quickly also divide into multiple different categories. There's even colony shielding for whole planets. There's like this type of armor, for example, is regenerating itself, but it consumes power and weighs much more than plasteel. It's better EMP, better against EMP attacks. There's solar armor, which provides additional power for you, but it's also not as strong. And there's your like more traditional, regular steel, reactive, ceramic, and so on armor that also has the special heavy machine guns variant, while this has additional bulkheads, for example. Energy weapons, your lasers, beams, fusion beams, EMP cannons, plasma weapons, and so on, and even antimatter weapons towards the end of the tree. Your guided weapons, so different kinds of missiles, torpedoes, anti-capital missiles, or the orbital defenses again, something that we'll probably have to go towards at some point, and also point defense, and your planetary missile defenses as well. In logistics, we have subspace projectors. Now, the galaxy, if we take a quick look, so this is just our own solar system, and even going from one end of it towards the other might take some time, especially early on, and for larger ships, we will get our scout and order it to auto-explore our surroundings, and I believe we also have a small fighter that we can order to move around, and we can see it's got some basic like Vulcan cannons, a small nuclear reactor cockpit, some ammunition. This is to distribute the power around the ship, and then two small engines. And we have a bigger transport that will move food and like production resources around our planets, and we have our station shipyard over our home planet. And so this is just our solar system, has a few different planets, and moving around them is not very fast. And then if we start zooming out, we can see our local cluster. And then if we zoom out, well, this is actually the most we can zoom out, but on the minimap we can see there are 6 such clusters. So traveling between them takes a long time, so we can research the technology of these subspace projectors. This actually unlocks a space platform for us, and we can basically build these projectors which will enable our ships to travel much faster, if I remember correctly, with their FTL engines, which will become the more important the bigger our empire becomes, because we will have to protect it somehow. And this also enables to produce like ordnance fabricator ships that can lug around resources with your fleet if they require ammunition, for example, and larger freighters to move around stuff, move between our planets. Physics is power generation, reactors, and also faster subspace drives, I think. If we hover over the star, yeah, warp speed by 15%. In our Empire influence zone only, and the star bases enlarge this influence zone, making our ships quicker. Social engineering for your research, for your diplomacy, and military, so some planetary defense and like soldier production for conquering planets, because you not only have to destroy your enemy's ships, but also send troops down their planets and conquer them, and some additional like terraforming and some additional supportive structures for your planets. Starship constructor, probably construction the most exciting tree, so we only start with our little fighters, little corvettes, and what's the other? I guess maybe not, it's not fighters. If we go to shipyard, yeah, it is fighters actually. My bad. So fighters, and we additionally get our corvettes because we start as a Wolfen, and then we can go to frigates, cruisers, battleships, and even huge lumbering titans. However, we can see the research costs are quite prohibitive, so we will probably hold off on that. And here, fighter artillery, fighter base, so we can also make these into fighter carriers if we'd like to. And then there are some generic upgrades that increase the efficiency of your systems. So if you don't have anything more interesting in here, you can just generally upgrade your different stuff. And this is a very important button, planet array. We can see here our home planet has the very high fertility richness. It's full of population already. We might want to... there are also on Vater 8 some special tiles, gold veins, so we can probably make some money out of that, and also dormant volcanoes, which might be dangerous, as they might erupt and spill over, destroying our buildings. So I think first we'll click to colonize Vater 4, and this automatically, if you don't have a free colony ship available, then it will just produce one. And then Vater 6, since it can house the highest population. Vater 2 and 8 actually also seem like quite good planets. They can house a little bit of population, but they have fairly high richness. This also has some richness to offer, but we'll probably hold off on colonizing that one. Actually, if we go to our economic overview, I will do auto taxes, so it will set the taxes in such a way to reach the treasury goal. And I believe lower taxes means a higher population increase, I think, and maybe some other stuff. We've got research. There's also like diplomacy, but we don't know anyone. There's also espionage, that we can learn some things about other nations as we discover them. We will on pause, see our little exploration ship go. Yeah, I don't think there's a tracking camera, but anyway, it went faster than light and went into this system, which I can already see has some interesting planet, an oceanic and a tundra, so we might change our colonization priorities. But in the meantime, Vater 4 has been colonized. We can set, if we don't want to like manage our planets individually, manually, you can pick just which type it's going to be, and then a governor will automatically choose which buildings to build there. We have encountered some enemies, it seems like. A drone. So I think, yeah, it's got 5,500 shields. So I think these are some Xeno fighters. I think this might be like the remnant. So some old automated ship created by some old or ancient civilization that was extremely advanced but then disappeared, leaving behind them some very powerful automated ships. There seems to be a very familiar planet in here actually that we probably won't be able to get to in quite a while because of these ships. Yeah, this one looks quite different. Yeah, so we are going to be slowly exploring our surrounding star systems. We can also already, and there's another very useful button here, freighter utilization, and we might already order like 2 additional freighters, although I believe the colony ships will probably be like ordered first. You can use these arrows to go between your different colonies, and yes, we see indeed that we have some colony ships queued, and then the transports. We have discovered the Dewey system, so I will go actually to this planet was colonized, but we'll wait a little bit before we start building anything. The Dewey system has indeed some good planets. It seems like a tundra and an oceanic planet. So we probably might want to colonize both of them, actually. I might be overdoing it a little bit with the colonization. But I suppose we shall see. We can always change our priorities. You move down the list. Water 8, and we will do the Deweys first, but the transports even sooner. And we should, well, we're not building anything yet on our planet, but we already do see our transport going from our home planet, I believe. No, that's not our home planet. That's one of our colonies. Wolfar is our home planet, so it goes to get some more supplies here and then moves them around to our different colonies. Water 2 was colonized. Some of these can be terraformed, but we probably don't have the technologies yet to do it. We have our capital city here and a spaceport. Just regular habitable land. Only a few of these tiles are available to us right now, but we can see many more that can be terraformed in the future. Another system was already explored, but it doesn't have any planets. But this one has some relics. Which planet is it? So one of these, Hydra 1, has a relic from an old civilization, but we can determine its condition from orbit, while Hydra 2 has out from orbit, it appears as nothing out of the ordinary. However, your fleet commander insists these are the right coordinates, and ground troops should be sent to investigate. I wonder. Yeah, we can send troops actually. Maybe. I might have overdone it. I clicked twice. There's a hidden treasure, it seems like, in here. I wonder if it's guarded or not. Troops, are we producing any? We might want to. Auto-build garrison, like 2 units for now. You can just order them manually. Build platforms. We probably can't yet. A shipyard or a station. So that would be the spaceport or something else. Protection money. We have encountered the Corsairs, dearest fool for friends. You are delighted to see your empire's progress. Isn't this exciting to colonize new worlds and struggle with unknown environment? However, all these little freighters moving from planet to planet like loyal bees are so exposed out there in deep space. So we have a proposal for you. You'll pay us 160 credits right now, and if you do it, we can promise a certain level of protection to Wolfar ships. If you don't, well, then we just can't make any promises. Regards, Captain Martok, independent trader, not traitor, and gentleman. Well, our transport ships, we could design new ones that have some like onboard weapons to protect themselves, but unfortunately for now I think we're just going to pay to this upstanding gentleman as he is so polite. Wonderful news. We'll let you know when we're done drinking our way for your money. Until then, sleep safe. Regards, CN. Okay then. I'm always good for sponsoring a nice party. Another colony, and this is in the Dewey system, so we might want to build a spaceport in here, and we have unlocked our first research. Let's see here. Hydra has the hidden treasure and actually good production and mass population, so we may just go ahead and colonize it. Anything else good? Toaster 1. Yeah, it can house a good chunk of civilization population, and it's got an ancient temple, enormous in size and resembling pyramids. A large old temple. What kind of secrets might it hold? So we might want to colonize it eventually, but I wonder if we should hold off for now, as we might not be able to feed these people, and they will not be able to produce any food themselves. Hydra 1 with a space elevator, very rich, but again barren of food. And we're already creating colonizing Vater 8 or Vater or whatever. Actually, one of the volcanoes is now active, so it might spew some lava around. Easily extractable gold vein that was exposed in the aftermath of volcanic activity. So actually, I wonder if this might create more of these gold veins. We shall see, I suppose. Dewey 3 was colonized. And if we take a look at Dewey, then I order a rover bay and space pulse already on Dewey 1. Dewey 3 is quite big as well. Let's just give him the rover bay. On Vater, since they are close by, I'm not even sure if we need the rover base. We have met the Colorati Shogunate. In the spring rains, pond and river become one, bloodied by our foes. Heed well our warrior poets Wulfar and anger not the mighty Colorati. So we've met the space bears, the space samurai bears actually, and samurai poets actually. So we can now discuss some matter. Do you have any grievances with us? Who can know whether a flower will smell sweet when it's just a seed in the ground? We have no problems with you, Wolfar, not yet at least, and perhaps not never. Time will tell. I will keep that in mind. We have probably only encountered their scout ship or whatever. That might be to our north, probably somewhere close by. Anyway, let's take a quick look onto our planets. We're building here, and otherwise it's only the Vater system planets, our home system. So we will leave them be for now. And let's see. We have an idle freighter. Vater 8. Another, the Drogar now. Another pirate. It seems like tasty Wolfen. Ah, you have grown up to be very big and tasty, Wolfar. How about you pay us 270 credits right now so we could order our meals elsewhere? Or maybe you prefer we take your freighters as morning snacks. What do you say? Regards, Ul'arm, a hungry drog. I suppose we have no other choice than to agree to pay this freak and keep him away from our assets. Very well then, that will keep us full for a while. There is nothing better than intergalactic fast food. Bon appetit. So it seems like I think we don't have to build anything here. It just gives us the bonus, easily extractable, 1 production and 1 flat income actually. Do we want to build like a spaceport here? we might want to do it. We have 2.7, 2.6 now, and some of it will be stored. This is 60. Let's maybe build a warehouse first. I'm just double clicking them to order them up. Let's build a warehouse first to store the valuable production that we are making here. Does it say how much coal? We have one incoming population, so one is 10 million, it seems. We don't get anything yet, maybe because we don't have any population, so no one to work the tiles or something. I don't remember how it works exactly. A thought crystal on motion 3. Yeah, the pirates and Hydra system is now fully explored. If we take a look here, Toast 1, and that's the one with the temple. Motion 1 step ultra rich. We should probably think about colonizing this, and I believe, yeah, we send troops to get this hidden treasure. And motion 3, barren average, it's got a drone platform, safe, self-sustaining planetary defense. This platform automatically launches a swarm of drones to fight enemy ships near the planet, requires drone technology to operate. And thought crystals plus 0.5 research per turn to owner of this planet. So it might be nice to actually colonize it as well. Look. And this Toaster 2 barren average has whirlpools. 3 whirlpools, an enormous vortex created by an unclear energy source deep in the water. It needs to be studied. All ships are advised to deviate their route around it. And also sand dunes. Giant sand dunes make shipping production via ground transportation a lot slower. Okay. So apparently it does have some water and some giant whirlpools. And giant sand dunes. Wonder if it has any spice. That's from who? That's the Kulrati Shogunate, so that's the Space Samurai Bears ship. We can't see inside of it, but it's just a scout, so probably unarmed, just as ours is. If we go to Wolfer, we are building some colony ships and some grants, and I would also like to order maybe at least one more scout. And I suppose we should start building up some defenses. For now, I think maybe just some fighters. And there's the ship array screen. You can see that they cost upkeep, all of the ships that we have. And we also have the fleets screen, which we can create new fleets if we'd like. So we might want to create a small fleet with some fighter ships for now. The OTM is, I believe, ordnance something. Basically, they have enough ordnance to shoot for 43 seconds before having to go back to resupply. These guys have a little bit stronger weapon. They sacrifice ammunition for firepower. Weapon range up to 1700 for weapon systems. Yeah, they have a bigger gun instead of the additional ammunition. And we can see that they are very zippy. This one is a little bit more. So I guess we will build a bunch of these smaller ships. How do I... Requisition, automatic, and like shift click maybe? Yeah, shift click to queue them up. 7, 8, 9, and 10, I suppose. We can drag them around, reorder them a little bit if we'd like to. If I hold It seems grid-based. I guess I can move them around a little bit. So the formation is slightly more reasonable. And then we can build them now. I wonder how much will they cost. Does it say here? I don't see it here. But we are making some money, so it should be good. Let's maybe go down to 20%. We are gaining some tax money, and we are expanding a little bit on building, on ship maintenance, troop maintenance, and production fees. But we're getting a lot more in planetary taxes, and a little bit because we have some excess goods, it seems like. So maybe we are overproducing food. Another volcano become active and actually right next to our warehouse. Well, that's not exactly nice. I can't order a shipyard for now. And you can also do like blueprints for your planets on what buildings they should have and then just apply them, or you can do the automated governors. One barred, there's combat in the system. One barren planet, but we like barren planets actually. It's got these sand dunes, unfortunately. Let's see if we've discovered anything. Maybe something fertile. Ocean 1, but we already said to colonize it. Dewey, yeah, unfortunately don't have any food production possible, but I guess we could go for the toaster 1. We have our troop ship in here, as well as a colony ship arriving to explore Hydra 2. You can, by the way, press plus minus to speed up or slow down the game. Slowing down is actually cool in combat because it can be quite fast and hectic. Emotion 1 has a rare composition of gases which can aid us. So we found the treasure trove, the treasure cache on Hydra 2. After scouting the area, your troops find an entrance to a hidden cave and enter it. They find some interesting artifacts which can be sold and also schematics of some sort which are revealed as new technology. Unfortunately, it seems that your troops attracted unwanted attention. Well, shit, we might not be able to colonize it actually. Well, we shall see. Experimental phaser. Early phaser prototype, its pure destructive power usually comes with the price of increased size. As a side effect, the extended length of this beam weapon has increased its maximum range and also mysteriously amplified its mass repulsion effect. Only found 300 money. Aren't they supposed to be, I don't know, dead? So if we pause quickly and take a look here, we can see some skeletons, actually, skelly boys with swords and shield, ancient bones held together by a mysterious energy shield, and we have our outpost, which actually has some defense and attack value. So I wonder if they are going to fight. Yeah, they are moving in, but we also have some grunts landing on the planet to help. The dumbest and meanest creatures to ever travel the outer space, apparently. And they are now fighting. These guys will probably get wrecked quickly. Yeah, they just got walked over. I think one of the skellies got destroyed. Maybe we'll speed it up a little bit. We shall see if the outpost will be able to defend itself. I think it might be. I don't think it's losing any integrity, and it is destroying the skeletons. So So we should be okay here. I think that means there's like 7 HP. They did a little bit of damage, but they are now all of them dispatched and the planet is again safe. So we can pause and see what happened in the meantime. Colonize system explore, but only one just gas giant. Spaceport in Factor 8 was built. Oh, and we can actually now build aeroponic farms because farming foundations was unlocked. Emotion system explored. Something of interest, an anomaly on the surface of the Imosha 2 planet, other than sand dunes, dormant volcanoes, and something else, probably. Yeah, that's the treasure cache that we found here. And I suppose we can actually start producing something. A rover bay first, a spaceport second, and an aeroponic farm, I think. Hydra 2 was colonized, and Emotion 1, a rare composition of gases, which can aid us in various research efforts if a research station is placed in the orbit. We don't have the technology yet to build research stations. Hydra 2, we already... this is the one we colonized, and this one is still not colonized. It's got the space elevator, but we can't tell from orbit if it's good or not. I guess we can just go and colonize it, because we will be able to build, get some food in here. I wonder if we can build them any place we'd like. We'll probably eventually want to build some farms in here. Is it just flat 1.5 or is it multiplied by the fertility? Well, the fertility here is very high, so we might just as well build a farm here. Here it's not so good, but we might as well get some more food. Here it's terrible DUE1, since it's a different planetary system, we might to have some local food production and maybe even a warehouse just in case. So that was DUE1. DUE3 is a little bit more fertile still. So let's build another one of these here, and we're back to the fatter system. And let's see, we don't have any idle freighters just yet. Actually, I wonder where did we build that's our home planet. I think we've built a spaceport already somewhere. There's even a trade, which tells you can, if you want, be very specific how much you want to import and export between the planet, between the food production and population. And I'm not going to be micromanaging at quite such a big level. A spaceport is queued up. Whereas a spaceport was built in here. Yeah, we don't have a technology to build shipyards. I wonder... And not upgrades, logistics, maybe. Well, I guess this we have to actually research this technology that we've discovered for the experimental phasers, and we're going to get two kinds, singular and dual. But yeah, anyway, I think this episode has run long enough, so we will pause it here. I will take a look where the shipyard technology is, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks very much for watching.